My name is Cynthia Ward, and welcome to my presentation of my service learning poster. This presentation is for the Department of Social Work from the University of Alabama for the specific class Social Work 222L, Social Work Values Lab, taught by Dr. Laurel Iverson Hitchcock. The community service partner that we used for this semester was 7 Cups of Tea, or 7 Cups. As you can see, I added their logo there in the corner. Their goal is to build a support system, a kind of web that can support all people, every member of the world, and their ultimate goal is to reach 100 million positive and supportive conversations weekly. So hopefully we can help them get there, because it's an amazing organization. So going on down to community impact, through my volunteer work, it really was impactful to me and the community as well. I was able to chat with and support and empower many different people that I had not ever come in contact with, people from different countries, people from different cultures, different religions, different socioeconomic backgrounds. So it really gave me a good experience of learning about different types of people and, just their worldviews and everything. I was able to practice how to connect with a stranger, a complete stranger, in a very short amount of time, but make a deep connection at the same time, which I feel like is important in social work, because sometimes we only have, one session to make that impression, to make them want to come back for our help. So I think that's an invaluable skill that I've been able to practice through this. I was also, while practicing that skill and making these connections with people, I was able to practice my self-reflection, thinking about my own values, my own preconceived notions and thoughts and prejudices. And I was really, able to, practice keeping an open mind. And it was really rewarding. I mean, my empathy and my acceptance has definitely grown. I'm definitely a much more empathetic person. Even though I was already pretty empathetic already, it has grown. I know it has. And then I'm much more accepting than I thought maybe I could ever be. So as the service learning relates to academic learning, as you can see, I have the tree growing out of the book, because I feel like, that's something that really hits home for me with this volunteer experience. Is I feel like I grew from the combination of the coursework knowledge and then the practical knowledge integrated, by this volunteer experience. So, to go on about that, this service experience has been, literally taking what we have learned throughout the semester and, applying it to real life situations. Every single thing that we've learned over the semester has come up or been able to be applied to my chats with these members, which has been great. It was a wonderful, real life physical representation of the things that we were reading in our textbooks and studying. And the NASW Code of Ethics was a major help in guiding my decisions. I referred to it a lot whenever I had a question about, what I should say, what I should do, it really is a big help. And then, of course, this volunteer work has, like I said, exposed me to many different types of people. And, the knowledge that I've gained is so invaluable, in reference to the amount of perception, the different lenses, the worldviews that I have been able to experience. It has really shown me that, everyone, even though you may be living in the same reality as someone else, their reality may not be the same as yours, because our realities are all from a different perspective. And I think that's really going to help me as a social worker, that realization, to know that everyone is actually living in their own separate reality. And it's not always what it seems or what you might think that it should be, So very interesting. So on to service project purpose. The purpose of this project was to provide support and empowerment to people in need through anonymous online chats. Very interesting, very fun. I tried my best to supply my members that I chatted with a safe space and someone that genuinely wanted to listen to them, genuinely cared for them, was genuinely just interested in their problems and what they had to say and their point of view. And I really got to practice my active listening, which was amazing, really helpful, especially for a future in social work practice. So that's why I put the little thing about active listening skills at the bottom. I thought that was a really integral part of this whole experience, so I wanted to add that. On to challenges, rewards, and reflection. My comfort zone boundaries definitely had to be pushed in this experience. I dealt with some things that before I maybe was judgmental about or uncomfortable with, and I really tried hard to push myself outside of my boundaries and grow as a person, and that was really challenging but also rewarding. It was also hard and very challenging to find a balance between, my schoolwork, my actual work, my family, my friends, social life, and volunteering as well. So that was challenging but rewarding to, succeed at it. Empathy played a huge role in my volunteer work. As I was trying to relate to each member as a close friend. I wanted them to feel like I was a close friend of theirs so they would be more open with me, and it worked very well. Now, after this experience, I am much more open-minded than I ever thought I would be. I'm also more adaptable than I even knew that I could be. I have successfully, pushed aside a lot of preconceptions and prejudices and judgments that I used to have. And I've seen a different side of things, and that has really helped me out with my worldview and my acceptance. I think that the way I was able to push myself and the way that I have grown through this experience has really proven to me and hopefully to others that I will be an amazing social worker. I really hope that I will. I think that I will, and I'm very excited about my future in the field because I'm very empathetic and I can easily make deep connections very quickly with complete strangers, and that I think will be a very useful skill in the future. So to end my presentation, I want to go over to my acknowledgements. I want to acknowledge, of course, 7 Cups. They're wonderful, amazing. I'm going to continue to volunteer with them just because I love it so much. Lacey Davis and Amber Lopresti, they were my mentors on 7 Cups. So many thanks to them. They kind of got me broken. They did practice chats with me to get me ready because I was pretty nervous. So thanks to them. Thank you, Dr. Hitchcock, Dr. Lee, and Professor Jones. Dr. Hitchcock and Professor Jones were very knowledgeable, always willing to help with anything, any question or concern. Dr. Lee, of course, was a huge help when it came to, cultural competence. So that was a wonderful thing. The NASW Code of Ethics and the Social Work Skills Workbook. The Social Work Skills Workbook was an amazing reference to have, during this volunteer work, but especially the Code of Ethics. This volunteer work, more than anything, proved to me how useful the Code of Ethics really is when you're doing this type of service to people. And, I know it will be useful as a social worker because I'm not even a social worker, and it greatly helped me in this volunteer work. Anytime I was unsure about a situation, the Code of Ethics usually held the answer. So yes, that concludes my service learning poster. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Hope you enjoyed my poster. Remember, volunteer, connect, grow, help, and serve. Yeah. Go Blazers.